look how bad my face is peeling, you guys. I got sunburned when we went to the beach. And it's like all over today. Okay, so anyway. Let's see. This is day 3 of VEDA. And it's still World Breastfeeding Week. So, to coincide with that, I am going to be talking about successful tips to help you breastfeed. A lot of it is mental. And if you want to breastfeed, you will. And I say that in all seriousness. You won't be swayed away from it. You won't be tempted to stop. You won't be anything. Okay, I take that back. You may be tempted to stop, but if you really want to breastfeed, you will. And if you don't, then you won't, and that's totally okay. You just be honest with yourself. Be honest with your needs. Be honest with your approach. Be honest. Just be honest about it. And it will be a lot less stressful. So set a realistic goal for yourself. Like, I am going to breastfeed for the first week. And let nothing come in your way. Nothing. And I mean nothing. Like, if your baby wants to just eat 24 hours a day round the clock, be ready for that. Be ready for that. Be expecting that. And prepare yourself mentally for it. It's much like a natural childbirth. You just have to put your mind to it, know what to expect, and get it done. That's just my experience. There are going to be speed bumps. There are going to be bumps in the road. There are going to be societal pressures to hinder you, and you just have to overcome it. If this is what you want to do, if that's what you want for you and your baby, is to breastfeed and have that relationship, then you've got to do what it takes to get it done. So some tips for that is, like I said, number 1, get your mind right. You have to get your mind right. Second of all is read. Read everything you can about it. What to expect. What's normal. What is biologically normal versus what does society think is normal. It is not normal for a baby to come out of the womb who's been there for 9 months and sleep alone for hours at a time. You've been carrying that baby straight for 9 months. Talk about spoiling. And I say that all joking. But all joking aside, you've been carrying that baby for 9 months, and nothing is going to just switch off like a light to where it doesn't want to be cuddled, nurtured. And the new place for that to happen is at your breast. And maybe the baby's not actually hungry because it just ate, an hour ago, but it does want to be comforted. It does want to be snuggled up to your chest. It does want to be held and rocked, and that's just, like I said, you should definitely read about it. Some good books to read are So That's What They're For. It's recommended by the La Leche League. Another good book is Dr. Sears' Breastfeeding Guide. Ina May's Guide to Breastfeeding is another really good one. Okay, so first tip is get your mind right, and second tip is read, and you'll be able to get your mind right by reading, so that kind of goes hand in hand. And a really great website if you're not so much into reading or don't have time, because, who really has time once the baby comes, so I encourage you to do this before baby comes, is, you can log on to kellymom.com, and there is just mounds of information. That is where it all started for me when Carson was 2 months old, and I got really involved in the forums and the online community there, and it was so beneficial and so helpful to be around women who just understood. It's much like the YouTube community before I got involved here. So kellymom.com. Don't forget it. Write it down. That is going to be your Google for breastfeeding. this is kind of, I don't want anybody to take this the wrong way, but I would seriously consider who you get your advice from. If the person has never breastfed before, even if it's your well-meaning mother, if she has never breastfed before or only breastfed for like a minute, I wouldn't necessarily take the advice from that person. I would be more than willing, I would be so polite and thankful and just so sweet to that person because they love you and they mean well. But I would really seek support and ask your questions to somebody who's been breastfeeding for your goal time. So if you want somebody who, if you only want to breastfeed for, say, a month, then, you know, take advice from somebody who's breastfed a month. If you want to breastfeed for 6 months, then you should take advice from somebody who's breastfed for 6 months. And that goes for a year, 2 years, whatever your goal is. Take advice from somebody who's been there, done that, and they can help you and encourage you and just help you. And with that said, in the first 2 weeks of breastfeeding, take it just one nursing at a time. Just one session at a time. Don't base your entire nursing relationship off of a bad day in the beginning and be like, oh, I can't do this forever, and wean them, because that's not how it's going to be forever. It will get better. It will go through phases. It will go through ups and downs. And so just read everything. So that's really the three things is get your mind right, read everything you can, and really surround yourself with people who have been there, done that, and can help you. And that's really it for this video. I hope that you guys are understanding it and taking it the right way. I'm not meaning to be mean, because I honestly don't care if you formula feed or if you breastfeed or if you do both. Just be stubborn with what you want. If you want to formula feed, then be stubborn about it and be like, no, I don't want to breastfeed, I want to formula feed, and do your research on it. If you want to breastfeed for 6 months, be stubborn, be a pain in everyone's ass and say, no, I'm not going to just give one bottle of formula while I do this, that, or whatever. You be stubborn, get your support group, and get your mind right and read, and you will be successful. You'll be as successful as you want to be. And I hope that you guys are taking that the right way. I'm not meaning to be mean by any means, but it's proven to be true 3 times for me, and that's really it. So that's it for day 3 of VEDA. Happy birthday to my little baby sister who's 14, and yeah, so we'll talk to y'all later. Bye bye.